Mayor, I
They
can't.
said, can I stand on this floor?
All right, it's 5 o'clock. Thanks everybody for being here. We will get started. We did have one, wanted to have public input. If you want to go ahead and address us, we'll do 3 minutes as usual.
It won't take that long.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Suzanne Johnson, and I know y'all are probably thinking, oh God, now what's she gonna complain about? Because that's usually the reason I'm here. I came to throw some shade on Tab. Not true, not kidding, just kidding. This past weekend on Saturday night, we had a beautiful light that was shown on the city of Decatur. And I just want you to know that our city stood up and sparkled in true diamond fashion. And I just think that not enough publicity goes out for this event, and not enough thanks goes out to the people who spend incredible hours coordinating it. And that maybe y'all would like to know that even though this is a nonprofit fundraising event that raises money for the Decatur City Cemetery and for the Princess Theater, but that we had 951 people who came out all dressed in white and made Ingalls Harbor, if it's possible, look prettier than it does. The backdrops to the photographs are absolutely gorgeous, and if you get the opportunity to look at them, please do, because it is truly amazing. I also want to let you know that the three ladies that started this endeavor back in 2018 are still involved. And one of them told us a story the other night, and that was this organization is not typically used for fundraising, that they don't want it used for fundraising, that they want for cities to bring this event to town so that they can make money off of it. I think that Decatur not only made a good showing for the Decatur City Cemetery and the Princess Theater, but the city of Decatur itself brought in most of those people that were on those buses. There were a lot of those buses that came from Huntsville, Athens, Madison, and other surrounding areas, and those buses were full. Local buses had space available on them, but those buses were full, and everyone had an amazing time. Hey, one. So I just wanted to say thanks to the Decatur Parks and Recreation for making Ingalls Harbor accommodating for us, and that everyone had a great time, and Tab even danced.
Thank you, Suzanne. I don't really know what to add to that, but thank you for sharing that. That was good to hear. 951 people is a big deal. All right.
To watch the mayor dance.
Yeah, it's a good way to start the meeting. All right, we'll move into into our agenda. First is approve monthly bills. Approve May 2022 monthly bills. Any questions? All right, approval of minutes, May 31st, 2022, 5 p.m. work session, June 6th, 2022, 5:30 p.m. work session, June 6th, 2022, 6 p.m. council meeting. Any questions on the minutes? Next is Resolution 22141, award bid number 22014 for demolition of the structure at the former ADM site, hereby awarded to Virginia Wrecking Company, being the lowest responsible bidder, in the amount of $73,143 net cost.
Yes, sir. We got 3 responses on this bid, and they were the lowest in the netting out the salvage value.
It was the bid to take all the buildings down to the ground? Is that what was on the bid? Okay. And
take up concrete too.
Concrete too.
And then, David, I know you're standing there, but I want to leave a few of the trees, the right trees, I guess, would be the.
Yes, sir. That
Okay.
was in the bid specs, I believe. 10 inches or larger, if they were desirable trees, was part of the bid spec that we had asked to be included.
Okay.
And I would say too that in looking at this contractor at internet searches and their Facebook page and their website and everything, and they had, I was a little skeptical, but talked to, because of the pricing, but I talked with a guy with Turner Construction who was the prime contractor that's doing Huntsville's new city hall, and this was the contractor that demolished their parking garage, their parking deck, and he couldn't say enough good stuff about it. So
Good.
that made me feel a little better.
Does it include the little warehouse that's right on Moulton right
Yes,
there?
it does. That will get all 4 buildings, and the
Okay.
vessels and the fences, and supposed to get everything.
Okay. All right, any questions? Thanks, guys. Resolution 22-142, approve capital improvements to the security gate at the Decatur Police Range.
Council Mayor, this is just a, when doing the fence, we've already approved it. We found that we missed about $2,300 on a part that would make this work. Yeah, we're not asking for any money, we're gonna take it out of our budget. We have enough to be able to do that. We just had to bring it before you again so we can put it all together, so.
All right, any questions? Thanks, Chief. You got the next one too. Resolution 22-143, authorize police department expenditure of $600,000 for purchase and outfitting of fleet vehicles.
This is in lieu of what we typically look at getting for next year's budget. Captain Silvestri has found some vehicles. They have been able to secure us at least 11 more. We're down about 13 of our vehicles now. Our frontline vehicles are down. Just looking to be able to get this ahead of time, not ask for anything else next year, but get this so we can get it on this year's prices. We know there's going to be around the 8 to 25% markup on vehicles for next year, plus all state bid pricing and everything I believe is expired. So we're not going to be able to get anything. So we're, it seems like the best effort in this to be able to get enough vehicles. Plus we missed them from the year before. So.
Do you know how many vehicles, or either one of y'all know how many vehicles we budgeted for last year? Was it 10?
This was the same amount of money from last year.
Okay. Based on the amount, I was guessing 10, but.
It's right around that. We're going with it. Instead of the Tahoes, we're going down to the Fords too. So the
Okay.
Ford Explorers.
You said they do better for us as far as idling and
Yes, as far as the island, the gas prices the way they are right now, plus the wear and tear and maintenance, it seems to be better working on our Ford Explorers.
good.
If they were around 35,000 each, that's just around 17 of them.
And but we just approved 8 last week that were for last year. I mean, we didn't order any last year. Okay. And
year
this is
before.
11.
So this
It's
is
just
going
a
to be
dollar
for
amount.
11. It's about 53,000 a piece is what it works out to. So 2 is about 10, right around 11 by the time it gets
Okay.
there. We'd be close to 12, but I didn't want to push it just in case because there's going to be markups on some other things too that we're trying to make sure we're exacting for.
Okay. Any other questions? Are you having any issue with?
No, I mean, we kind of communicated, talked about the fact that this would be, it seems logistically smart to do that with our ability not to be able to get any type of product for this long, and now we have the ability to get it, so it makes sense to do that, especially with the need of our frontline vehicles being out too, so.
Okay.
And we just take the reason, again, why we're moving from the Tahoe down to the,
We're seeming to have better luck with our Explorers right now instead of the Tahoes plus gas prices. I mean, the idle time and everything on the Tahoes versus the Explorers is a whole lot better. I think it just makes more financial sense for that. Plus, there's a little bit more maneuverability with some of them. So.
I don't disagree, I just wanted to get that out of
All right.
Yeah, Sylvester also saying there's some trouble with transmissions on them.
Yeah, and we're having, yeah, that's what I said. So there's 13 of them down. Right now, we're really running, those 2017s, we're running some issues right now.
Those are all Tahoes?
Those are all the Tahoes, yes.
Okay.
And the older Explorers are still,
Yes.
All right, any other questions? All right, next is Resolution 22-144, approved budget amendment for the purchase of additional garbage carts from Auto Environmental Services.
Well, good evening. So we're down to about 250 carts now that we have on hand. This purchase will give us an additional 504 carts. Just looking into the future with the price of petroleum, just seeing that they've increased the cost per cart $14.08 just on resin surcharge. A lot of our carts are old and we can't repair them anymore, so we really just need to go ahead and get our stockpile now while the price is considerably low.
All right, any questions? That's about 30,000 or so.
So we're asking for $24,974. We have a little bit left in our budget to pay for the.
Okay. And that's would be out of unassigned. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Thanks, Daniel. Resolution 22-145, approved PPM consultants to assist with brownfield grant application.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This is for PPM consultants for the grant writing part of this, and it is at no charge. They make their money whenever we get awarded.
All right. Any questions? All right. Thank you. Resolution 22-146, approved 2022-2023 CDBG action plan.
This is total budgeted amount of $442,645.82. There is a breakdown of program administration, our public services, which are subrecipients, PAC, DYS, DYE, Mental Health Association, Volunteer Center, and Commission on Aging. This also includes the down payment assistance for first-time home buyers, and CAPNA is starting a rehab program to where they go in and do rehabilitation on homes. And then we have Everyday Sunshine Park.
All right. Any questions? All right, boards and committees, appoint Douglas Morse for his first full term to the library board with term ending June 30th, 2026. First full term. Any questions? All right, anything else from any directors? Mayor?
No, sir.
Anything else from anyone on the council?
I have something. First I'd like to get an update on where we are. I'm getting so many complaints about, and David might be able to answer this, the mayor might be able to answer this, about the Brookhaven property, high grass. The people are just complaining, they're having a difficult time getting stopped in the grocery store. I had a lady yesterday to say that she couldn't take her grandkid over there, and I just kind of need to know where we are with that.
Yeah, so I learned about that yesterday. And so I just need to get with Mr. Lake and see what we can get, when we can get to that area and get it cleaned up. And that's, I also learned yesterday that it's ours to maintain until we come out from underneath the facility.
Okay, well, I thought that was my understanding anyway.
Yeah.
But I just wondered
Appreciate the question.
Why we are in that position. But at least we can get some answers now. The other thing I'd like to look at is many communities around our state are giving. We got an email from one of our former employees about a cost increase or the one-time increase for our retirees. And then I've started getting, and many of you have gotten some emails, but I've gotten a really interesting email that I want to read here, and I don't disagree with it. But we have 401 retirees, and according to the RSA, we're looking at a $252,032 one-time pay increase for that supplement. And this email that I got said, Decatur retirees have received no increase of any kind since 2007, when they received a one-time bonus payment like this one. Inflation is hard on retirees, especially those who have been retired the longest, and thus draw the smallest pensions. This one-time bonus will be the same amount for them, so to a greater proportional amount. Why do city employees deserve this payment? Traditionally, public employees have earned less than their private sector counterparts, but they have devoted their careers to public service because of these very retirement benefits and because they love their hometown. This city is more than equipment. Backhoes and police cars didn't build this city. The employees who operated them did. The people who fill these 6 seats didn't build the city by setting policies and goals. The employees who implemented those policies and achieved those goals did. Just as we have no legal obligation to care for our aged parents who sacrificed to give us the good lives we now enjoy, we have no legal obligation to provide for the employees who devoted their working lives to build this city, but you certainly have a moral one. Decatur can easily afford this one-time expenditure, which will not burden future budgets. Retirees have witnessed this city boasting of budget surpluses, financial windfalls, heard you say that our tax revenues are at a historic high. They've heard you say that a $113,000 Christmas tree is a great investment, even though it comes with an additional $8,000 annual cost, only to be used for 6 weeks out of the year. Retirement Systems of Alabama head David Bronner recommended this bonus payment to the Alabama legislature, and he is recognized as one of the savviest investors in our country. The Alabama legislature thinks this payment to retirees is a good investment. They passed an act providing this benefit to state retirees and authorizing us to do the same for our retirees. Unlike many of the huge expenditures this council authorizes, this money will be spent in Decatur and returned to city coffers in the form of sales tax and stimulus to our local businesses. The RSA records show that 95% of the public retirees remain in Alabama. Thus, the assumption is that many of those remain in the same communities that they retired in. If it helps you to put cost to this bonus in perspective, think of this as 2 Christmas trees. And to me, this makes perfectly good sense, but both from a budgetary perspective and as a moral booster for our current employees. It demonstrates that they are important to us now and that we appreciate the commitment that they have made to the city. And I ask that a resolution according to this be put into place for our next council agenda.
And as I've said from the second I've sat in this seat, if a council member wants a item like that put on the agenda, it will, and I'll work on getting it put on there. I don't necessarily know enough to say if I agree with that or not, but I will get it put on the agenda.
I appreciate it.
Any other discussion or questions? David?
Mr. Jackson,
Yes.
about lunchtime today, and I passed by ball fields over on Second, and there was a Parks and Rec truck there with out front mower, and the mower was on the trailer, and I did not get back by there this afternoon, but perhaps something changed this afternoon. That's all I know.
That's good enough.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, anything else from council? All right, that's it tonight. Thank you.